There's Jim Beglin and Peter Drury.
Some spillages, incidents and accidents that nothing can be absolutely for sure, but we must suppose now that City have to win the lot. Mourinho has done his maths. Chelsea need 22 points from 10 games to win it. That means that even if those Blues lose 3 of their last 10, then these Blues would only snatch it at the wire by winning 9 of their last 9. That's how tough a call it is. The arithmetic is harsh for Manchester City, but they have to keep it going for as long as they can.
They do, yeah, and some suspicion before the game that West Brom could actually line up with a back 3, and at one stage in the warm-up today, Olsen, Dawson and McAuley were together heading balls away, and we wonder whether that was going to be... It's not, it's a back 4.
Julian Lescott at left back and Jonas Olsen inside of him. Change comes about largely because of a suspension being served today by Chris Brunt. That's a back pass that interests Bony, and Bony has stayed on his feet but is enabled to have a second crack at it because Neil Swarbrick has awarded the free kick against Craig Dawson.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really poor by McAuley to begin with, and Dawson tries to bail him out, and of course once the chance went away, the referee is right to actually call it back because it was a foul on Wilfried Bony there.
And Dawson has been shown a card, the colour of which is causing great consternation amongst the West Bromwich Albion players. Dawson is walking inside 2 minutes here. It is a staggering start. Wow.
Well, it's because he was through on goal. If he gets away from...
But Jim, it's McAuley who's walking off. It's the source of confusion, presumably for something he said in the aftermath. The foul was Dawson's. McAuley has been ordered off, and either that is a case of mistaken identity or McAuley has said something which has taken him beyond Neil Swarbrick's tolerance level. Frank Lampard is behind the set piece, David Silva also. Had stunned into silence, albeit that it's at City's advantage. Lampard's take against the wall. Lampard again, Silva. Lampard's kept going, Fletcher stayed with him and can let it bounce behind.
Well, it's incredible.
Away by Lescott.
Got to be quicker there. I mean, Navas was just afforded too much room.
Cecilio. Berahino behind the ball now. Zabaleta, Lampard, Fernando. Bony scores! His first goal in City Blue, and one that was entirely inevitable. Just a matter of time. His time came. Now how many?
Well, Pellegrini marched into his technical area a short time ago, pointing forward, and I think he was trying to inject a little more urgency in Manchester City's football just to quicken a little bit. But this is just a striker's finish for me, and it's top class as well. Once it's fed into him, takes it brilliantly just to get away from the West Brom defence, and then once he's in position, he has snatched at 1 or 2 in his early Manchester City career. Not then. That was cool as you like, and once he got that little break, that part was very good, and the next part is excellent, and he's off the mark.
Yes, his first goal since New Year's Day when he scored for Swansea at QPR. His club goal, that is, couple for his country en route to becoming champions of Africa. Zabaleta. Navas. Silva. Fernando. Silva stepping away from Morrison. Aguero. Fernando. Zabaleta. Navas. Silva. Scott stretches it behind.
Well done Manchester City, because they're just keeping the pressure on them, and it's just lovely to watch. You know, they've got the freedom, the chance to just express themselves now, and well done to West Brom too, because they're hanging in there and they really are doing their utmost to try and keep the score down.
Navas with the corner, in went Mangala, and Myhill had it taken from his fingers so that Fernando could slide it home. It's a mess of a goal. It doubles City's lead, and if you could dream of a way back for West Bromwich Albion seconds ago, then courtesy of Olsen and Myhill's confusion, it's hard to retain that dream now. Pulis lonely and helpless.
Yeah, I mean, West Brom don't help themselves here, because there's just here, he just got in a complete muddle, and it kind of fooled the goalkeeper. Well, what's he going to do? And he just gets he compounds the first mistake by just palming it Myhill into the path of Fernando, and that is a real bad one for West Brom to give away, 10 men or not.
Fernando's second goal in the Barclays Premier League, one away.
Much more like a Manchester City player now. I think, you know, having got the goal and looking far more confident today, I think he'll feel much more part of everything here. Wilfried Bony,
his 10th goal of this season, first for this club. Aguero bursting for a goal. Suggestion that his cross was handled by Dawson. He's not appealing as loudly as the crowd.
Dawson's the arm is up, but I don't think that's deliberate. He's fairly close to him. He smacked it across, and it does catch the hand a little. I'd be very harsh to give it.
Clichy, Jovetic rolls it in. Little touch from Silva. May have been on its way in anyway, but Silva is surrounded and celebratory, and Myhill is beaten for the third time.
Well, he's had many attempts himself, Silva, and finally he's got a very telling touch, and we saw it earlier on from Jovetic, who kind of stepped inside and tried to get one away, and this time, once he takes up that position on the edge of the box, he's gone for the other side. He hasn't tried to place it in the other corner, he's just tried to keep it on the near side, and Silva's just opened his body up and just got a little glancing blow to help it on its way, and yeah, it wasn't the cleanest either. It might have even been off a shin, but doesn't matter. Pellegrini delighted, and City on their way to 3 points.
So happy memories of the day for Wilfried Bony. Lumbu, just too much on it for Gardner.
Oh, lovely idea, and almost perfect in the way it was delivered. Just slightly overhit, and Gardner had held his run just long enough too.
To dot the I's and cross the T's on the statistics. With 30-odd seconds remaining, Manchester City have had 42 attempts at goal here, and there might be another one in hand. There's Dzeko!
Oh, and Myhill was doing nothing about that, because he could only stand and watch as Dzeko tried to pick a spot. And having come on for Bony, look at the goalkeeper, he was rooted. He wasn't getting anywhere near that. Lovely turn, again, end of the game, afforded too much space, and he probably feel he should have kept it inside that post.
Lumbu, past 2 minutes now. Dawson, Michibi, Harrison, Dawson, centre of the biggest storm. mild, calm day. Olsen. Baird. Limbu. Fletcher. Morrison is offside. And that will do. Never in doubt. Genuinely.